I'm Moritz. Sorry, I might lose my voice in the middle of this, but I think I can carry on. Still a little bit with the flu. So hey, I read your contract. I wanted you to know. A lot of people think like, oh, no one's even going to read this. I did read it. Also, I'm a lawyer by training, and by default, I just couldn't stop myself. Plus, once many years ago, I got screwed because I signed some clauses that I knew were a little bit complicated and got trapped in that. So by defect now I read every freaking clause and annoy everybody always. But well, you can see that I took care, that I care about it. I understand the context. There's some clauses I just want to mention them because I understand that they're written in case there is a bad apple or a bad actor. You need to have a stick. You need to have a system to enforce. And just I'll bring it up just because it can always happen the situation that some person falls in the middle of that situation and a freelancer is paying for something that doesn't make sense. But I understand that this won't happen, and I also understand that it's a three-way relationship, and you as the company needs to protect itself because obviously if not, it won't be able to render the services. I understand that, but I want to bring the points just so we're aware. So it's there's also that discussion that lets me sleep at night a little bit more calmly. And that's it. I'm pumped. I really want to move forward with this. I really think that the system that you're building and the kind of the principles, especially, to make tons of sense. Okay, it will be challenging, but very interesting. And then let me just jump very briefly, or as briefly as someone who's Spanish and talks a little bit too much can be. Very brief here. You'll see it also in the text. I understand that the freelancer, even though it can be a company. I understand I have a company, so it would be a little bit easier for me to do it that way. So if that works for you, that would be great. But understand if it's not other ways. Okay. In terms of this, I would just say that clause 1 and 9, that I haven't seen in any place the determination of what term or what period of time this affects, just for the completeness of the clause. I think it would be good. Then 6.3 and 6.6, just saying that this is quite extensive in terms of nature, or quite ample, the power that this gives the one side. But understand that this is just this is exactly where I started to write. Okay, this is the bad apple situation, and that you really need to protect yourself. But just bring it up because sometimes you might find situations where not. But well, it doesn't matter. And the same a little bit with clause 8, indemnity. Just for us to think that it might happen in some situation that the customer doesn't want to pay, which is not strange in consulting world, or in the fractional world is partially a consulting a gig, that customers don't want to pay, and then they say, oh no, this person hasn't completed. I think that's the only extreme case to kind of bring it up. But I understand that this won't, this is there to make sure that if someone is really misbehaving, they get what they deserve. Okay, so it's fine. Here, this one, as a lawyer especially, it's a little bit painful, especially because there's not a contractual. Understand that this comes because here, especially, well, in the when you're in the bench, it's not really that important. Here, I would say the difference is quite noticeable, 14 to 60 days. But understand that there's an agency, that you need to run a three-party agreement, and if you can't have that extra power, I would say this is a little bit strong sided. But understand that if not the company, and you're starting, these are general terms, and you need to make sure that until you understand well how people operate, that this will be key. So understood, just bringing it up. And then 11.3 and 11.4, here I would say that this you need to specify. Here I would say, for completeness of this clause, you need to specify the period, because obviously linked to the contract, linked to having an agreement between the parties. No one wants to have their data being used. I mean, I know that in Asia we're not so data focused, but I don't want my data used if I'm not working with you guys for whatever reason. Doesn't make sense that it's there. I understand that you also don't want to be promoting someone who's not there. But I think this needs to be there in that clause. That's the only one that I see that, hey, this is missing there. The other ones are points to bring up, hey, to realize on that. In any case, I'm pumped. As you can see, I read the contract in detail. I just want to make sure. Okay, that's how pumped I am. I'm text me, call me, email me. Okay, and I'll send you a WhatsApp also. And whenever this moves forward, very interested in the fractional roles focused on go-to-market, where I'm a builder of paths in that area, or very interested in the AI marketing or strategy system. I'm using a little bit of Mavic AI, and I use Solos AI quite a bit. Well, Solos, I'm not sure that was an AI. But very interesting tools, and looking forward to running forward with that. Thanks, Moritz. I hope this was helpful, or seen as helpful, and that I go into the details. Okay, bye.